Well, hey there, everybody, as my good friend Deluxe would say. How are y'all doing? Hope everybody had a fantastic 4th of July weekend. I certainly did. I had a lot going on. I had a lot of cooking to do. Just had a lot leading up to it, and I apologize for not being here. We had some storms come through the area. It was just hot as all get out. We have the AC on, and I still had to buy a fan for my office. So yeah, the title is a little cheeky tonight, but it is the truth. It has been warm here, and my advice is, if you're ever in the market for a home, just avoid vaulted ceilings. Just avoid them, because your upstairs will be hot. But we got so much stuff to talk about. I'm glad to be here. I hope you guys are glad to be here. The chat's already popping off. I'm happy to see you guys, because we got so much stuff to get into tonight. Before we get into it, if you don't mind, smash that like button, because it helps me out in the algorithm. And if you're new here, maybe consider subscribing. I'd love to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Maybe help Restream pay for itself. It'd be really cool to get monetized just for that. But only subscribe if you like what I'm doing over here. If you do subscribe, ring that notification bell, because you never know when I'm going to have extra content on this channel. I'm still editing the collection tour video. I've just been so busy, and I got a couple new additions. I got the MPG God Bomber today, so that'll be in there. So I changed that shelf around. So I'm gonna refilm that a little bit, but hopefully I'll have that up and ready soon. It's just been a really busy summer for me so far. And if you follow me over on X or Twitter, whatever you're going to call it, at extra008, you see I probably do a lot of cooking. So between that and what I've been doing with the Gronky on Dogs crew, I'll be with them on Friday. I think we're going to be playing Ben and Ed's Blood Party. So check the link tree in the description if you're interested in checking out any video game content that I do. Before we get into Figure of the Week and all that fun stuff and saying hi to the chat, I got some community stuff to highlight. Now, we did do a meetup. I think because of the holiday, we didn't have the turnout. We had about 10 folks there. So I'll show some pictures of that. I didn't get any footage myself because I was just dealing with a lot of messages from people, but T-Man978 did. So he'll probably have either a T-Man moment or incorporate it into one of his toy hunts. And when he does, I'll post that over on the community tab. But I'll share some of the pictures from that meetup. And also, we're going to be doing one at the end of August, because Lance is coming in from California, and he's going to be spending some time up here in Maryland. So I'm going to organize one for the Saturday that he's here, so he gets to experience one, and we can get some folks together. And hopefully the end of August will be a little bit quieter for people, and they'll be able to come in and attend. But I just think people were doing vacation stuff. Vault Matrix had to work, so that's how these things go. Either we get a big turnout or we get a little one, but as long as we have fun, that's all that matters. So first housekeeping thing, I was over on Junkion Crafts and Builds channel last night, and we had a really, really good roundtable discussion. So if you're not already subscribed, that's youtube.com/Junkion Crafts and Builds. And I put this up on the community tab. So if you want to give this a watch, we did a discussion with myself, of course, Mike, Junkion Crafts and Builds himself. It's Chad. It was nice meeting him. Deluxe, my good buddy Deluxe was there. V Conley, T-Man978. And we just had a really good roundtable talking about like the state of Hasbro, what we think is going to happen with the Skybound series, where we think things need to go, what we think they can do. Are they missing out by not striking while the iron's hot? Really good discussion over there. So give it a look, because I really enjoyed being on with all those guys. It was really nice being on a panel with Mike and T-Man again. And I think we had a really meaningful discussion. So check that out. And yeah, I'll show off some of the pictures from the meetup. So there's my buddy Thor. That is Bags of from TFW 2005, also known as Jeff. I'm holding the Obsidian Commander there. There's my good buddy Alex, also known as Vladimir Pocket. He brought a whole bunch of really cool figures. I think he's messing with Fans Toys, or I think Perfect Fusion Marg there. And he also had brought his Star Optimus Prime. That was my first time seeing that. T-Man brought one of the Audley. I think that's an Audley Starscream. There's really cool little pre-built, I think they're 4-inch figures. He also brought some non-Transformers. He brought the Jada Guile, which was really neat to see. And I don't know why that did that. So let's go back here. Boom. And he also, Kevin from the DMV Action Figure Society, he brought a Michelangelo from Super 7 from the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So that was cool to see. As well as T had his Jada Blanca there. He had really a lot of the Jada stuff. There's Sagat and Cammy. Kev also brought the Hot Toys Spider-Man 3 Black Suit Spider-Man with the emo haircut. So that was a neat figure. Alex was just messing with stuff. There's Fans Toys Right. And we got some fun. Well, these are all T-Man's pictures. I posed some of them. There's me, Thor, and Kevin. Kevin brought this really cool tablet that just was like a top-of-the-line tablet that just will play anything you throw at it on Steam. Some fun pictures there. T was really having fun with the Street Fighter stuff. And, of course, we brought, both T and I brought the, not Power of the Primes, the Age of the Primes Superions. So we had our half-combined ones up, and there's Marg in his Corebot mode. Some pictures of Star Optimus there. I can't remember what this figure is. I don't know if that's an AWOC figure or not, but it was pretty neat. And I can't remember what that one was either. And there's our group shot. So again, a small crowd, but, and a few people had left by the time the picture was taken. But, we had a good time, and I really enjoyed getting these things back up and running. So again, if you're in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, or PA, and you're interested, I'll be keeping everybody in the loop as far as when we're going to be doing these over on TFW, over on the Facebook groups, as well as here on the community tab. Everybody's welcome. It's always a good time. And, I just really enjoy getting people together. And, oh yeah, that's Kevin's son, KJ. Just enjoy getting people together and sharing some figures and really just getting to have fun and meet your fellow collectors on a very human level. So yeah, that's basically our meetup, and I hope that T has some footage so the other folks that were there show up. And yeah, next one, end of August. I can't wait. Whether it be big or small, we'll probably do it at the same location or somewhere nearby. But yeah, it'll be a good time. So we're gonna do figure of the week, then we'll say hi to chat, and then we got a lot, and I mean a lot of news to cover. So without further ado, here is my. And this week's figure of the week is the Age of the Primes Skybite. This is the Robots in Disguise Skybite. And this figure really surpassed a lot of my expectations. So T-Man actually found this for me, and he brought it to the meetup. So I've had it since then. And I was not expecting this figure to be... I was expecting it to be in focus. Let's see if he'll go in focus there. This Razer camera is not my friend today, is it? I gotta fix that autofocus feature. But let's talk about Skybite. Maybe he'll come back and focus. I was not expecting this figure to be as robust feeling as it is. There's a lot going on with this guy. I was expecting him to be smaller than his original Beast Wars counterpart. Well, not Beast Wars. I mean, the mold came out of Beast Wars as Transmetal 2 Cyber Shark, and then it was repurposed for Robots in Disguise. or Transformers 2000, whichever. I wasn't expecting this to feel as anywhere near as robust as that figure. And yes, it does not have the gimmicks. It doesn't have the firing missiles. It doesn't have the spinning claw. But this is just a really well done figure with a lot of parts, a lot of engineering, and a lot of paint. And they did some cool stuff, like now that the pincers on the claw actually open and close. You still can do the spinning, but now it's just all manual. Not a lot of hollow gaps. There's this one here on the forearm of the claw, which you don't really notice because it's all done in white. There's a little bit of waffling on the backs of the legs, but this is so much better than the Thrilling 30 version. And it's not as hollow as the original Beast Wars or Robots in Disguise mold. The transformation on him is a lot of fun. I actually really love the fact that the shark has articulation. He has an articulated head. The fins still move. The tail, just by the nature of the transformation, is very posable. And it's just really surprising that they were able to get this much paint detail. There's a lot going on with silvers and this kind of pearlescent plastic. They actually have like this gray plastic, this grayish silver plastic back here for these the gills. And this is one where I was expecting them to cut a lot of corners, and they didn't. So someone at Hasbro must really love Skybite, because this is just an awesome figure. The articulation is there. The head's on a ball joint. The arms do the full 360. He's got, by nature of the transformation, his elbows can go both ways, getting a little bit over 90. The wrist goes in and out for transformation. But what I wasn't expecting was they actually gave him wrist articulation. He has a waist, even though it feels like he shouldn't. The legs go all the way up, all the way back. You can even kind of like do this thing that that toy guy showed off in his video, where you can actually kind of partially transform the leg so you can get him in like a really deep, like a really super deep kneeling stance. Like he's like steadying his blaster here. And yeah, this is just, if you loved Beast Wars, if you loved Robots in Disguise, this figure is for you. I can't recommend it enough. And I think that whoever is making, or whoever made this figure with Hasbro and Tagara, they need to do the other Car Brothers. They need a redo of Sideburn, because the one that we got just doesn't really stack up. We also need to redo a Scourge while we're at it. But this, if you've got Omega Prime, this is not out of place with him. This is definitely a figure that really like goes side by side with that figure in terms of quality and presence. Having these two kind of, in a little display, battling it out, you really can't go wrong. And that's why the Age of the Primes Skybite is this week's figure of the week. So let's say hi to chat, see how you all are doing. It's really popping off in here. I'm glad to see you all. So we got Zeta TF coming in saying howdy, good to see you. We got my dude Princeton Phalanx coming in saying hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good evening, Princeton. And we will be talking about something I know you're going to be excited for. We got my boy Angry Canadian coming in saying Lego Soundwave gang, rise up. I'm part of that. They're getting me again on Lego. I still need to go and find those little brick heads, the Bumblebee and the Prime one. I want those still. We got Mario coming in saying hi again. Extra Zero Mario, always a pleasure to have you in here. Mega T-Rex Roll saying the hour is 0. Good to see you. Princeton saying time for cigar time with 0. Yes, I do post myself enjoying cigars over on my X or Twitter, and that's another reason why you should follow me over there. Or if you just want to do bad photoshops of me, you have the opportunity to do so. We've got Sandro Franca in here saying howdy, sir. Good to see you, Sandro. We got Halius56 saying sup, y'all. Good to see you. And Mario reminding us, yes, today is the start of Amazon Prime Day, though I haven't seen any really good Transformers deals. If anybody's seen any, let me know. I do subscribe to TF Alerts. And it's funny, my figure of the week almost was the alternate universe Optimus Prime, which is like the Earthrise dying Optimus, because it's Prime Day. But I'm like, I've done so many Primes for figure of the week. And yeah. Zeta, no, he's not the same Thor from Twitter. He's my buddy Garrett. He just goes by Thor. That's the kind of like his online handle name. But no, he's a good dude. I've known him for 20 years. I've known him since the 360 came out, or right before the 360 came out. He's the brother of one of my real life best friends, and we became very good friends in that. We're saying lifting and cooking all that beats definitely work. Yes, I did get some comments. My wife's like, "You should really like this tank tops," and I was like, "Yes, I do." And yes, the Super 7 Michelangelo, they are doing that whole series. I'm surprised Super 7 is still in the game. And yes, I did hear about Cody Rhodes. My boys with Gronking are kind of excited about that. I actually think that's fine casting. I like Cody, so definitely curious to see what they do. 50 Cent is Balrog. That one's okay. We'll see it. Roman Reigns is Akuma. I'm surprised it's not a WWE film. That's all. And issue 22 is coming out tomorrow. I know 21 ended on a really interesting note. No spoilers for anybody. We got Mike in here, Junkie on Crafts and Builds, saying hello all. Good to see you again, Mike. And let's see. Oh, Mega T-Rex also got Skybite. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying that figure. And yes, we did. Mario's correct. We did get a preview of Cyberworld. That does come out this Saturday. I think that they said they're doing 36 5-minute episodes. So I don't know if I'm gonna. I might kind of wait. I think 5 minutes is kind of like, I don't know. I want something more. We kind of talked about this and holding attention spans and how things work for audiences. I don't know. I was just kind of hoping and I thought that the Cyberverse Adventures, that 15-minute episode or 10-minute episode structure was a little short. So curious what they're going to do with 5. I mean, I'm going to definitely give it a chance, but I don't know. I wish they would do something to build a little bit more lore. The animation looks great though. I'm surprised. Like Wild King, that animation is like dog water. But this with Cyberworld, I'm like, okay, let's see what you got. Let's see if it's anything worthwhile. But speaking of Transformers media, we got to talk about some big news that broke in the past couple of weeks. And that's the big rumor about Michael Bay returning to the franchise with 5 projects in development and Paramount still in the mix. So we covered this a while back on the show where Hasbro and Paramount seemed like they're having a little bit of a falling out. However, I can recognize I'm not the target demographic for the Michael Bay movies. The designs have grown on me. Like the fact that I think they've aged well. And the fact that some of these third-party companies and even, Hasbro Takara have made some of these designs possible to transform with the movie masterpiece line and a lot of the third-party stuff, a lot of the stuff from Unique Toys really made me appreciate the designs. That's about kind of the line for me is the robot designs. The Transformers, despite being the titular characters, were always put on the back burner. And then we got things like the Bumblebee movie and Transformers 1, and to a lesser extent, Rise of the Beasts. Rise of the Beasts felt more like a Michael Bay movie, but I do know that there are a lot of people that love the Bay movies. And I can recognize that. And I know that him returning, even if The Last Night was, and I don't say this, I'm not mincing my words here. The Last Night was one of the worst movies I've seen in my entire life. And despite that, I know there are people that are hungry for him to return. Now, it's not all, I'm not trying to spread any doom or gloom with it, because I know that there are people that are going to want it. We may get some cool robots out of it. I will reluctantly see these films, But we got an update. This comes over. This was posted over on Sabertron.com, and it also adds to the rumor, giving a little bit more details in it, stating that that Josh Cooley, who did Transformers 1, will be working. That Paramount's in talks with him to do a live-action Transformers movie. The G.I. Joe crossover movie still on the table. They have a writer but no director. I think that's going to be in limbo. I know they cast some people. You know, Chris Hemsworth was supposed to be in it, which would be weird because, well, he was Optimus Prime and in Transformers 1. But again, like that's probably going to be a trend we're going to see, these double dips, especially with Marvel doing it. You know, really with Marvel doing it, you know, especially since you've got you know, stuff like Chris Evans reprising Johnny Storm and playing, you know, Captain America, stuff like that. I mean, now we're going to have, you know, Robert Downey Jr. back as Victor Von Doom. Again, it's the MCU. We don't even know whether he's just going to be a Tony Stark variant or not. But still, they're kind of popularizing this idea of having actors double dip in roles. So I don't know that Hemsworth's casting really would you know, cause any issues. But yeah, so right now, just the rumors that there's 3 projects in development, the crossover, the first of a Bay one and the first of a live action Josh Cooley directed movie. I'd be curious to see what they would do with you know, the Cooley one, and whether they're going to build a universe. I kind of feel like by the time a Bay movie comes out, it'll be 20 years since the first movie. It'll probably be a 2027 thing, and they'll be able to market off of that. Who knows? He could even just do a straight up reboot. So it'll be interesting to see, but I do have some excitement because this will bring fans back to the franchise. And one of the things we talked about last night over on Mike's channel was 2007 really was the last time that there was fanfare for the franchise like we had in the 80s. And I know this is an unpopular opinion with some people that are G1 fans. I consider myself to be a big G1 fan, but there are a lot of G1 fans that just don't recognize that this was huge for the franchise. And, you know, anecdotally, I know people like Treebot Reviews, you know, we're in a chat together, and, you know, that was his big entry point into the franchise, and it holds a really special place in his heart. And just as the G1 cartoon hasn't aged the best in some spots, you know, you can make some excuses for the movies. There's, you know, it's a different strokes for different folks thing. I just want some cool robot designs at the end of the day. I also want the franchise to continue on. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. I'm sure we'll be seeing stuff about this as the year progresses. It's just a rumor for now. But I do think there's probably some validity to it. So more media news. We got a PUBG Transformers collaboration that starts today, and it's going to be going on for 2 months. So this is for PUBG Mobile specifically. There's a Transformers update for it, and basically they come in to say that the collaboration will last for 2 months, from July 8th to September 2nd. The collaboration features a theme map with outfits inspired by Optimus Prime and Megatron. And, you know, there's some rewards that are in there. I don't know, you know, they don't really have, you know, too much other than this little video, with it being a Microsoft video. I don't know. Can we put this? Let's see. Get a little look at it. I think PUBG's not owned by Microsoft, but and I think too, just having that be a mobile only, I think that's kind of a mistake. I think that they should have done something for like the proper version of PUBG. But again, this is something we said last night, is sometimes Hasbro going to Hasbro. And yeah, I just, I I don't know. I wish they would do some. I want them to do more collaborations with games, but I want them to be ones that kind of like make sense. As much as I think Call of Duty's gone off the rails, I mean, T-Man was talking about it last night that they did one for Rocket League, and the Bumblebee car and that actually transforms if you win the match, and that's pretty cool. But I haven't really seen that promoted anywhere. I feel like they should maybe target Call of Duty or something. I don't know. I just really hope that we get something like a big announcement, be it at SDCC or somewhere. Because again, the rumor is we're going to get the announcement for the Skybound series, or the TV series at SDCC. I hope Saber Interactive delivers, because we really could use a new Transformers game that's of the same caliber as War and Fall of Cybertron, or even Devastation. And I don't know. I think if they're going to do stuff like this, it just kind of feels really cheap to do stuff like a mobile version of PUBG instead of doing PUBG proper. And lastly, we got a little bit of sad media news. Folks probably have heard about this by now, but unfortunately, a few days ago, the legendary Jim Shooter passed away. Jim was huge at Marvel Comics. He had a private battle with esophageal cancer, which is very sad. He did a lot with Marvel Comics, specifically Deadpool, Secret Wars, but he also did a ton with Bob Budiansky to create the G1 lore that we all know and enjoy today. So rest in peace, Mr. Shooter. You are gone, but you'll never be forgotten. Such a legend at Marvel, and my condolences and prayers for his family. So yeah, that's a bit of sad news there. But we'll go back a little more upbeat, because we got some cool convention news to talk about. So TFCon Toronto is right around the corner, and we got a lot of good stuff coming from that. Some new guests. We got Bumper Robinson, who's going to be there. They finally got their prices up. So if you're going to be at TFCon Toronto, and remember, it's a smaller, more intimate convention, you'll have a better opportunity to meet some of these folks than you would at one of the Midwest or East Coast or West Coast conventions that are typically a lot more packed. But Bumper Robinson's going to be there. And he's got his autographed and photo prices up, as well as the combos. Evan Michael Lee, who was Jazz in Transformers 1. All his stuff is TBD. Michael Dobson, who everybody knows from Armada Energon and Cybertron as Starscream. He's going to be there. His price is still TBD. Neil Ross, same. Tania Ganiti, she's got her prices. She was obviously Miko in Transformers Prime. Z Infante, who was Nightshade and Earthspark, will be there. Prices are there. Jim Sorensen, who is an author and somebody that's pretty active in the community, he is going to be there holding a panel. So Jim's written a couple books, the ARC, the Allspark Almanac, and the Art of Transformers Packaging. The Art of Transformers Packaging was a good read, a lot of good graphics in that one. I highly recommend it. Aaron Archer, who we talked about before. Aaron's typically there to do a panel and meet and greet fans, and you'll see him walking around the collecting room. Then we've got a lot of folks from comics: Andrew Griffith, Alex Milne, who's at I think most every convention that TFCon I've been to. The VFX artist from the Transformers movie, Christopher Lee Zammit, and James Raz, who I hope I'm saying that right, who did the Dreamwave art for the Armada comic series, as well as being the box office artist over on YouTube. So a lot of cool guests there. They also announced their custom class figure, which is surprising. This is a really surprising one. So A3U, ages 3 and up, they tend to do these. And I was not expecting this mold to be used. So they're using the Earthspark Bumblebee to create a G2 Boss Man. And I gotta say, that looks pretty awesome in terms of like what they're doing with a lot of these custom class figures. It's very, very surprising. But this is a really cool way to bring Boss Man to life. And they're of course, coming out with a new head and parts courtesy of Aziz Venksta, who is part of Renderform Customs. So typically you buy a ticket for these, and you get to do the custom class. They do tend to sell out pretty quick. I wouldn't be shocked to find out if that was one of the first things to go. I don't see the custom class listed there, so it's either sold out already or they haven't posted it yet. Additionally, 3.0 is going to be there, and people in attendance are going to have the opportunity to be among the first to pick up the Lost Light deco of their MDLX Rodimus Prime, which is pretty cool. So again, this will be a wider release, but yeah, first grabs are going to come from TFCon Toronto, and then they'll be available over on Toy Dojo and ages 3 and up. And also, this one was a really cool thing to see. So Oscar Alonso, you might know him from the old Shattered Cast podcast. It used to be Bobby Skullface, Robert D, T2RX6, my boy Deluxe. Oscar used to do a little shorts, and he's always enjoyed drawing. He used to do some of the shorts with, Ask Whirl for Shattered Cast Uncut. And I saw this earlier, and it really made me proud. Like, Oscar's a great dude. We've been friends for a long time. And when I saw this, I was like, man, that is amazing. So Oscar got to do the comic with Fans Hobby. And so this is just really, really cool. So the Chosen Prime posted this earlier. It says the Chosen Prime is excited to unveil a new element to the TCP/Fans Hobby universe at TFCon Toronto. We'll be including a complimentary copy of this exclusive comic penned and drawn by our talented artist, our friend Oscar Alonso, with the first 50 purchases of Master Builder 23C Hangman. So they come and say, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this idea and whether you'd like TCP and Fans Hobby to continue offering such exclusives in the future. I wish this was a wider release. You know how MMC did the comics with their instruction books. I'd love to see these kind of show up and tell a story in the Fans Hobby, not just the exclusives, but just with their products in general. But really exclusives, I think, would make sense since the regular Fans Hobby figures sell for a more global audience. But this is just really cool. We only get this 1-page or 2-page preview, and man, I'm really proud of Oscar. This is awesome, and I'm sure he's feeling really proud right now. And it's something really cool to see somebody that from the community get such an opportunity and the recognition, and just to see that get included. So awesome work, Oscar, and man, really love to see it. Really happy for you that your comics going out there to so many fans. Wish it was more. I wish it came with every copy of the figure, but still very, very cool freebie. So if you are picking up that figure, and we'll cover that in the third party, news. You're in for a treat because Oscar's got a lot of style in his art, and really looking forward to seeing what he's cooked up. I'm sure he'll probably make it available over on his Facebook or the Chosen Prime or Fans Hobby will. Oh, and lastly, TFCon Chicago, a little bit away. Granted, it'll be here before we know it. October 24th through 26th. David K has been announced, and of course, David K, absolute legend, needs no introduction. Obviously, Beast Wars, Beast Machines, Megatron, the Armada trilogy, Megatron, Optimus Prime, and animated Hard Shell and Prime. A lot of video game credits. If you've ever played Ratchet and Clank, he's been Clank the whole time. The man has some range, so he'll be there for all 3 days. He'll also be doing a Q&A panel, autographs and photos. So awesome guest announced. And that's all of our convention news. Let's check up with chat before we get into our mainline news. Let's see. See Mario coming in and saying, from what I've heard, Bay himself wanted to be done after Dark of the Moon. However, Paramount just threw a bucket load of cash for doing the others and not listening to what he's saying. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, especially with the Mark Wahlberg stuff. Like, they did Pain and Gain together, and yeah, Age of Extinction and The Last Night definitely had a lot of ads, didn't they? A lot of product placement. Princeton saying, I have Missing Link Sunstreaker coming in this Friday. I want that. I saw Ghost Prime's review of it. He's also in that chat, the Conbros chat. And I saw his review, and I'm like, I'm tempted. I won't get Corden, but I'm tempted. I'm definitely getting RC. But I'm trying to, like, Missing Link, I'm very, very, like, pick and choose with those. I did get God Bomber in today, as I mentioned earlier. And a couple other things on the way. I'm also waiting for the domestic sites to get Armor Eagle, but also trying to be like a little choosy before my vacation, trying to have some spare funds for that, because I just really want to enjoy a lot of good food when we go to the Carolinas. And Princeton saying, if Bay does make a movie, I'll wait for reviews for going to see it. You know what the reviews are going to be. It's trash, but it's a popcorn film, and unfortunately, I think people like you and I will probably go see it just to see it. It'll be like, oh, it's been 20 years since the first one. And then we'll walk out disappointed. Like, why did we do that? And then we'll still end up buying the 4K Blu-ray and be like, why did we do that? Why did we do that? Why? I already know myself. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I'm not gonna see it. No, I can't lie to you all. I will probably go see it. We got Snap Riot 89 coming in. Snap's good to see you, saying hello. Looking forward to this comfy Transformer stream. Well, hopefully you are enjoying it, good sir, and hopefully it's comfy and entertaining. And Mario coming in saying, I really started to agree with what some people's. I really started to agree with some people that the Transformers movies are burning people out with almost no change to the formula. You know, Transformers 1 and the Bumblebee movie really did try to change those formulas, but the problem is they just, it's the marketing teams, like whoever's at Paramount just really needs to learn how to market these movies, because Transformers 1 was nothing like its marketing, and the Bumblebee movie wasn't about the human characters as much as it was about Bumblebee. It was like kind of like a soft, it's almost like a like E.T. almost, and they didn't even market it like they marketed it like it was going to be like this big budget action blockbuster, and it really was like about Bumblebee and Charlie and just the whole robots in disguise element. And yeah, they just need to be honest with their marketing. Whereas the Bay movies always make themselves look like mysterious and serious, like you're in for a treat. There's going to be intrigue and this big story, and then you get, and it's just like explosions and derpy human characters and 5 minutes of, robots running by all blurry, but that's why marketing matters. Princeton saying, I wonder if 3.0 is related to Extra Zero. I wish I got some I love 3.0's products going back to when they were 3A. But I think I predate them. And I've had the handle Extra Zero since, I want to say 2001 is how long I've had this username. Back on the I believe the Allspark forums was where I first made that my screen name, and then it became I think it was actually 2000. It was 2000 because I had a couple names before that. And then 2000, I changed it to Extra Zero, and been that since. And my funny enough, my Xbox Live gamer tag is I think the proof of it, going back all those years. And lastly, Mario saying we've got some teasers for Missing Link Convoy coming from the Japanese Transformations Generations Guide. But yes, we will get into that. So let's go ahead and we'll get our official news up, because, again, we got some stuff to cover, some stuff to talk about. Let me also make sure that I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. So here we go. This one's pretty exciting for me because I love the MPM line. And this was a rumor that came out on the 4th of July. I don't know how to say this leaker's name other than the fact that Mechafire from TFW says they are a reliable leaker. And this comes in to say that we'll get the translated version. After a long period of silence, is it a new project or a revival of an old project was asked. But apparently this is an odd translation, but they're talking about MPM Sideswipe coming. And I think that's awesome. I've always loved this design, and it's definitely one that they can pull off. They did a pretty good job with the Human Alliance one, and if they take a lot of those transformation concepts, especially if they were to do like some effects parts, like some smoke effect parts to, let him stand, I think that would be really cool. But yeah, rumor being that they're going to be doing Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe. And I think probably a lot of the delay in MPM probably came from, we did get Brawl not that long ago. And I would hope that we would get the Rusty Camaro Bumblebee, and then also include a little Frenzy minifigure, please. I think that they just really wanted to get through that original movie cast. Now we did not that long ago get the T-Spark repaint of Bumblebee, which I picked up, and now the original MPM Bumblebee is just kind of there for Revenge of the Fallen, since that was the correct color scheme for Revenge of the Fallen, but not the first movie. So I don't think MPM's dead. I think it's just snail's pace. Like, again, looking back, we got Masterpiece Optimus Primal back in 2016, and here we are in 2025 finally getting Rat Trap. I think that the official Masterpiece stuff it moves very slow and it's very unpredictable, but I would definitely be excited if we get Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe, because otherwise I think Unique Toys will beat them to it. And another rumor coming out, I don't have I think this is the same leaker, but rumor is that they're going to do, yes, this is the same leaker, that they'll be doing a Nemesis Prime, which, surprise, surprise, of course, they're going to repaint Missing Link Optimus Prime, and it will sell. Yeah, it would be neat if they include some extra accessories with this. But, yeah, I mean, this is one you definitely could see coming a mile away. Next up, this is one that was announced last week, but still want to go. Got official pictures. I mean, we've seen the grayscale or the prototype pictures, but the Synergex Transformers Cross Macross 7 Basara figure, or Basara Prime. We finally get some details. These came from Anime Expo in Los Angeles. I know this has gone up for pre-order. Let's check that pre-order price. I think it's pretty pricey. Yeah, it's $200 coming July next year. Not the biggest figure, 8 inches tall. This is one that I'd probably wait on. It doesn't look super complex, and also the design and color just really doesn't do it for me. We get a look at it. I kind of like how this is kind of like got like a Rodimus Prime homage going on, where the trailer opens up. And I'm not familiar with this Macross series that it's based on, but I still think this is neat. I kind of wish they had just made this a Rodimus homage. I wanted a Jetfire homage at first, but I think just kind of slamming Optimus Prime on anything, it's kind of like, yeah, I get what you're doing, and Optimus sells, but yeah. And I'm also curious, like, how much of this is a retool. This trailer is a retool from the Commander class Rodimus. But yeah, about 8 inches tall. And it, does all of the Macross stuff. You get your Gerwalk mode. You get your base mode. It's got some face options. And again, when I see this, I'm like, you could have just done the Rodimus Deco. That would have worked. Doesn't look like too advanced of a transformation. So again, I think they're kind of out of their mind with this pricing, probably from from Amazon Japan, it'll probably be closer to like 150. But even still, like, I don't know. Like, I just do not think this is really calling to me or worth it. And I also just don't really see too much of Optimus Prime in it, to be honest. Do Rodimus as a jet, put some flames on this Valkyrie here, make that Rodimus's trailer. I think we'd be talking. But I do know some people that are excited about it. I don't know what this mode's called with the wheels and all, like the rolling mode. But I think making it Prime just because, hey, Prime will sell, bit of a mistake. Also, just I really don't see it. This will be one, like, if it's on clearance for like $100 or less, I might go in. Like, I did get the Lunar Cruiser Prime at release. I thought that was worth it, and then it ended up going on clearance, pretty deep discount. But this one, hey, for Macross fans that want like a Transformers collaboration, great, but just definitely not doing it for me. Then, as I mentioned, Princeton, I'm sure you're probably excited about this because they got your team. But we get a look at the packaging for the Transformers and NFL collaborations, and these are really cool. One, the fact they're doing blister cards, and these are kind of a callback a bit to some of the old sports figures. But I also just love the fact that they put them in action poses, catching the ball, and their blister packs. Would have been neat if they did different ones, but I guess since they're mass producing, if they're going to save money in one place, that's how. But definitely, these are neat to see. And while I'm not a big football fan, if they do a Ravens one, I might just pick up one or two, maybe get one for my nephew. But these are neat, and I know these are probably going to sell really well if they're offered at brick and mortar. Especially, I know they're on Amazon at regular deluxe price, $25. I could see these being big impulse buys. And yes, Halius, you're right. Princeton is a Cowboys fan, and it drives Deluxe nuts they didn't do a Commanders one. But I hope they're successful enough for him to get his Commanders. And yeah, I think these are hitting pretty soon, I think. Yeah, December 5th, but so not super soon. But I won't be surprised if they come a little bit sooner. You think these would be something that they'd have like ready for the start of the season, but still, I think this is a crossover that's been long overdue. Now we finally get some interesting news. I was talking to a friend about this last night, and I said, remember when Fans Hobby had their issue with Naval Commander, their Armada Optimus Prime, and they just ended up sending everybody new bodies? Does it really make sense for Hasbro to have everybody ship their Omega Primes back and then ship new products to people with this widespread of an issue? Well, apparently Hasbro took that into account, and they've been sending out emails to anybody that's put in a ticket for their Omega Prime. They are sending a whole new Optimus Prime figure. Now, I don't know whether that means they are going to include a brand new like the armor and all. Like if it's going to be a whole Optimus Prime, like just send you the box with the blaster and, all those parts. And then you can have Omega Prime and you can have, Super Mode Optimus. That would be cool if they do that. But yeah, they say here, good news, your replacement corrected figure only, not full replacement product, is already on back order. So there's nothing more you need to do. Once your new figure is ready, estimated fall 2025, we'll send you an email with the tracking details. And don't worry, there's no need to return your current figure. We're sending the corrected one on your way to ensure Omega Prime looks just as legendary as he should. We truly appreciate your understanding. Thank you for being part of the Transformers community. We're lucky to have fans like you till R1. So I think that's pretty cool. Like if you have the cracked abdomen, like obviously you don't want to be transforming. DNA Designs is coming out with a replacement part for that. So you could theoretically have something to do with those, because again, when you combine up Omega Prime, all of Prime's super mode parts, they're there, for you to, I just leave them in the base mode, but I probably will with the cracked abdomen on mine, I'll probably just leave that combined up as Omega Prime and then have a Super Mode Optimus and then use the DNA kit to fix the abdomen on mine. So I'm pretty excited about this, especially being a Prime collector. And I think this is the right move on Hasbro's part. I was like wondering, like, why didn't they just do this from the start? Because as widespread as the issue is, it would probably cost them way more to take everybody's back, pay for the shipping 2 ways, technically 3 ways, because, well, I mean, we paid for the ship. Well, I didn't pay. I was gifted one, but the shipping was paid going to the customer. Then they'd have to pay for it to go back to them and then back to the customer versus just sending out a replacement part and have it be a one-way thing. So I'm actually really happy with this decision on their end, and I think that this is a good move on their behalf. And Mario, I don't think that Leo Kaiser is going to have the same QC issue, but you never know. I think that like with Unicron didn't have any QC issues. Star Sabers really was a packaging thing and some bad QC misses here and there. Like Bert the Stormtrooper got like 2 left wings on his. Everybody that I know that got Deathsaurus, he was fine. So for products like these, they really do need to step up their QC. I doubt that it's going to happen, especially with a QC error this big. I think they're probably like, yeah, we can't let that happen because this is going to cost us. I do think that you'll probably see that cost come up. Again, Hasbro also trying to raise prices these days, but I think in their next Kickstarter, they will pass the price of this over to us, the consumers. And I certainly hope they don't, but I wouldn't put it past them. Then Cyberworld, which again, premiering this weekend, figures are being found in the wild. This comes from TFW 2005, where a user found Galvatron and Bumblebee out in the wild. These are, again, they replaced the core class figures for the most part. They're gimmick figures. These were found in North Dakota, of all places. And yeah, these are interesting. Again, I might pick up a few for my nephew. I might pick up the Optimus for myself, as well as Mega Bull, but I don't plan on collecting these. But still cool to see these actually coming out along with their respective media. And the big one, Lego Icon Soundwave has been revealed. Now, these are not official reveal photos. These have just come out from social media sites, but you can tell these are very real. This is apparently coming out in the beginning of August. And this is very real photography that you can see here. So we get a look at Soundwave looking very, very good. I mean, this is one that there is no way they could mess up. And this is a transforming figure. I'm also curious to see how they handle Laserbeak and Ravage as well. You also get a mini Soundwave, which I think is amazing. So you can put them with your Bee or your Optimus if you have them. Of course, the transformation for this should be simple as simple does. And there's the box. So apparently this is coming in at $179.99. It'll probably be available at all major retailers like Walmart carried the Prime, as well as Target. Some comic shops did. But probably the official reel is going to come out at Comic-Con. I do want this. I will probably wait for a sale, but I definitely do want this. This is just an amazing looking piece, and I think this is the one that everybody's wanted since Prime was first announced. Oh, they got to do a Soundwave. That'd be the biggest slam dunk. So love to see it, and love to see the fact that this isn't a train wreck like the Bumblebee was. And going from Soundwave right into Blaster, if you missed out on Studio Series 86 Blaster, which a lot of people did because he was oddly a Target exclusive, well, you got a second chance. He's going back up on a lot of the big e-tailers, Entertainment Earth, BBTS, Robot Kingdom, Chosen Prime, ages 3 and up. I'm not sure if he's going to hit retailers, but it would be nice if he hit Walmart and Target again as a wide release. But yeah, just a 1-to-1 reissue. So again, if you're looking to get that Perceptor set with Ram Horn, you got another opportunity to get Blaster. I won't be shocked if they find a way to do the other horn. Probably they'll do some sort of weird pack with another character with probably a non-transparent version of Rewind, and yeah, they really do need to do Rewind, but at least we have Rewind from the first release of Blaster. Or no, we got Rewind with Sound Blast. Or was it Sound Blaster? That no, it wasn't Sound Blaster. I'm having a mental moment. We did get Rewind, but yeah. And lastly, from YOLO Park, they've got some new figures that they're showing off. So this is from their official Facebook, and they write, at our today's preview event, we unveiled several upcoming model kits for the first time, including the Bumblebee Soundwave, the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, and I'm not sure what Shurato is. But YOLO Park's doing a Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, which looks amazing. I love the paint work that they do on these. And this is an AMK Pro, so it's going to have all the bells and whistles, like the light up, the LEDs, probably in the eyes, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has it in his arm cannon as well. And then we've already seen the Bumblebee movie Soundwave, but I don't think we've seen any in-hand photography. And again, the weathering and the paintwork on this is looking really, really good. And they're also doing a ghost version of Starscream, which is pretty cool to see. And, given the scale of this guy, you probably could slip him into an MP collection as your Ghost of Starscream. Which I very well might. And then you get into some of these anime characters. There's the new version, the metallic version of the Optimus Prime. And it's cool to see YOLO Park doing more and finding some success. They're always a good presence at conventions. And what they put out, I think, is everybody's good as 3-0 for a fraction of the price. And I say that as a big fan of 3-0. And let's get into, did I close my third-party news that I had? Oh, no, I didn't. I did not. Thank goodness, because that would have driven me crazy. So, talking about TFCon Toronto and the exclusives. So, if you're at TFCon Toronto and you're lucky enough to pick this guy up, you'll not only get, Oscar's comic, but you'll get Hangman, which is an homage to the G2 character Snare. And again, this one's not for me. I'm not a big fan of these molds, but this deco and that head sculpt do look really good. And also cool to see an exclusive revealed already. I always dread it when they hold out on the Twincast. Thank you, Mara. I don't know why I always forget the name of Twincast. But yeah, definitely this is a nice deco, and I'm glad to see Fans Hobby getting theirs revealed early. I'm sure we'll probably get the next bit, and we'll get to that down the line, but the next bit of the MMC Ruination. DNA Designs teasing an add-on kit for that. I think this is a Synergex set. But the Godzilla Prime, or the Mecha Godzilla Prime. So again, just a tease, but I'll be curious to see what this does. I'm guessing it'll probably be like a big battle tanker thing, or maybe it'll turn him into Mecha Godzilla proper, given the silhouette in the background. Who knows? But DNA already on the case. Then we get a look at the next figure from X-Transbot's Devastator, their Gravedigger, which I went in on Fans Toys, but I gotta admit these look nice, and everybody that's picked up the X-Transbot stuff so far has said it's exceeded their expectations. They're a better scale. And so we get a lot of good looks at the vehicle mode, and it looking good, showing off the, you know, the fake pistons or hydraulics in that crane. The arm mode, again, that arm mode's looking neat. I like the fact that they actually thought, hey, let's engineer a way to store the weapons. There he is with their long haul and scrapper. And yeah, just a very, very tidy vehicle mode. And then you get into the bot mode, and this sculpt looks really nice. I mean, say what you will about X Transbots, but when they deliver, they deliver. And I think proportionally, this is one of the best versions of Scavenger I think I've ever seen. You know, in third party, I really like the chrome. I really like the chrome visor. Yeah, and if you're looking to get Constructicons for individual bot modes, these might be the way to do it, to be honest. And really good articulation shown off here. You know, articulated hands. So yeah, head options here too. And there's the lineup. These guys looking like you know, half the group looking really good. Again, for individual bot modes, these might be the way to do it. Because I'm just finding the Fans Toys ones to be too big. Granted that once I get the full set of Fans Toys, I might just combine it up and replace Constructor. So yeah, that's good weight to them too. And yeah, these are not all built in. They are parts forming, but again, I do like the fact you can store his weapon away. And then this came from TM Reviews, but X Transbots posted it. I believe this was shown at BotCon, and this is their Orion packs. So there you go. This is called Origo. But yeah, credit to TM Reviews, as watermarks on there. And we get a look at the Orion packs there. I'm not sure what the grayscale one is, the longer trailer. I prefer the smaller trailer, but this is definitely one that I am looking forward to picking up, because I need a Orion in my MP display. Then we get a look at a new one from Lucky Cat. This is their super deformed take on a Beast Wars Megatron. And again, we just get the prototype, but I really like what Lucky Cat does. And this is really neat here. Just the fact that they're able to get the T-Rex Megatron. I'm sure Lance will be interested in this one. As big of a Beast Wars fan as he is, I'm sure a little chibi Megatron is going to be one that he's going to be all over. And I'm looking forward to seeing this one painted up, because that Lucky Cat Prime, that was one of my favorite figures from last year. Just really cool engineering on him, and just really fun to mess with and pose. Then over from TM Reviews, he gives us a little update stating that Ocular Max event exclusive combiner Aversus, which is the Ruination from Robots in Disguise, will include the add-on kit with painted gold toes to match. First 3 members are available, and links to Toy Dojo. But yeah, so really cool that we're going to be getting that add-on kit. I'm guessing it's going to come with the repaint of Onslaught. I always forget his name from Robots in Disguise. But we should be getting Blast Off relatively soon. Then I won't be shocked if Brawl is a TFCon Toronto exclusive, and they'll save the core bot for last, probably Chicago. But there we go. And more Bruticus news. Magic Square, their MP scaled Lord of War is 52 centimeters tall, and 60 centimeters if you count to the top of the cannons. And we get a look at the combiner parts here. This is, again, we get I think this is the first look we've had at their blast off and Vortex is already shipping out now. So we get a look at the core bot bits, and I think they're selling this separately. The tune chest and all, because I know the toy chest came with Onslaught, and I think Vortex includes the hands. So I don't know if they're going to include, the lower body with blast off. It's a lot to be determined, but this is replacing the Zeta on my shelf, and technically, I did pick up Spock as well, so he'll be holding that. But yeah, we get a good look at how he's going to look all combined up, and I think this is looking really awesome. And they knocked it out of the park. These individual bot modes are really good. I think they were the best Combaticons that have ever been done, official or third party. And I say that as somebody that really loves the MMC one, and I own the Zeta for a long time. But these just they really get that tune look down without over engineering them, and the fun factor is definitely there. So I'm looking forward to completing that set. And this comes from Smith John. I think these photos were courtesy of Huts Lionel. It looks like, and Huts Lionel runs an interesting sales group over on Facebook. Does a lot of 3D printing and has done a lot to show some advanced retail copies. And in his possession is the last bit of the Fans Toys Menasor. So we get a look at the, how it's going to come packed, how the combiner parts are going to come packed. And yeah, it looks like you're getting like the way that Ethereon came, it really was like, okay, yeah, these are normal combiner parts. Here, it looks like you're getting a lot of Menasor. This is almost kind of like Hasbro levels, where you have the whole lower body pretty much all combined up. You got the upper body, the arm bits, and the optional toy parts. And then there is Bandit himself. And really all I want's Bandit. Can I just buy Bandit? I don't want to buy this whole set because I don't need it. I was getting these for my my individual bot modes. But there you go. It looks like Bandit will be just around the corner, completing our Fans Toys Stunticons. And that is going to do it for news today. So, as I mentioned, I do some gaming content as well. I'm working on getting that video edited down for the collection tour. That one is going to happen. I just don't want to say it's going to be up Thursday, and I'm like unhappy with my edit. So bear with me. I do want to get that up, and I will link T-Man's video as soon as he has the footage from the meetup there. And again, I'll be keeping everybody in the loop with these meetups. But I will be this Thursday. I'll be over on the Gronky on Dogs YouTube channel. We have a lot of fun over there. It's myself, Lethal Lightning. Lethal's off this week, so it's Cream NATO, Mazza, John Connors, and I holding down the fort while Lethal is away. But definitely if you want good gaming commentary and you want people that are having a lot of fun doing it, check us out. Again, that's youtube.com/Gronk Gaming. And we also have Gronk Squad. So over on Gronk Squad, we do kind of like not Let's Plays, but we're all streaming together, having fun. And we'll be playing Ben and Ed's Blood Party this Friday. So that should be fun. I think Lethal will be back for that. I got everybody a copy of it while it was on the Steam sale. And I'll also be working out a time with Lance because we got discussion videos that we're behind on. It's been a very busy summer so far, so bear with me. As we get into the fall, I'll probably have a lot more time. But between storms and house stuff and taking care of the yard and family stuff, I've been a little bit busy, and I do apologize. But yeah, just glad to be back here tonight, hanging out with all you guys. Maybe I'll do something fun where I'll end up playing something like War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron, just doing like a chill stream, hanging out on a Friday night or Saturday night. Just again, all the more reason to ring that notification bell. But with that, I thank everybody for checking out tonight's episode. And if you liked what I did over here, please hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up because it helps me out in the algorithm. If you're not already subscribed, hopefully tonight was the night I earned your subscription. And if you do, ring that notification bell. And until the next one, next Tuesday, more than likely, but until the next one, Zero out. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. and a wonderful weekend ahead. And I'll see you all on the next one.